Hello, Chris Worden. First, let's move that computer out of the way. Listen, today's video is to explain to people what happens to your bounce back loan if you're unable to pay it and you go into default with the loan. So, listen, just a little bit of background. I'm sure you're aware of this, but the bounce back loan was an ideal loan because the lenders got 100% guarantee from the government, so there's zero risks to the banks, and the borrowers didn't have to sign a personal guarantee when taking out the loan. In fact, they had to self-certify the loan. So from the borrower's point of view, there was no risk from their side either. Now, if you can't pay your bounce back loan back, and it's expected that many hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of these will go into default, then it's the bank's responsibility to chase that money up. So what they'll do, they've got a standard recovery processes and procedures. So that would start with, if you miss some payments, they're going to send you a letter. If you don't respond to a letter or a phone call, it will be passed to debt enforcement, collection agencies. There's talk about using a panel of debt collection companies because the banks haven't got the manpower to recover these loans. Now, the debt collection company, what comes after that will be court action and potentially bailiffs. But it's hard to see how that's going to pay out because if you took a bounce back loan, you can't lose your residence, you can't lose any assets over it. But the banks have got to show that they have followed reasonable procedures to try and recover that money in order for the banks to then claim the money back from the government. Now, we don't really know exactly how this collection process is going to play out because people are only, past couple of months starting to get to the stage where they can't, they're realizing that they can't afford to pay back the bounce back loan. So if you're a limited company who's taken a bounce back loan but you can't pay it back and you've got no hope of recovery, really, the best option for you is to enter into liquidation. Now, the bounce back loan was an unsecured debt, and what that means is when a company goes into liquidation, it's very unlikely that an unsecured loan gets paid in full. Okay, so if you went into liquidation, the bounce back loan is treated as an unsecured loan. It goes into the liquidation and then is written off. The bank who's lent you the loan will then pursue the government guarantee to get their money paid back in full. Now, a liquidation is the formal end of the company and the bounce back loan dies with the company. When you took a bounce back loan as a director of a limited company, it's your company that took a bounce back loan and not you personally. And as long as you have behaved properly as a director, you have on the run up to liquidation, you've done all the right things. You've not misappropriated the bounce back loan. You've not took too much. Then that bounce back loan will be written off with the company and you'll get on with the rest of your life. Now, the caveat here is if you go into liquidation, an insolvency practitioner is going to look very closely at what happened on the lead up to liquidation. And if they've seen anything that shows that you've behaved improperly, you've spent the bounce back loan personally, you've paid back a family member, or you've built an extension, that's where it's highly likely that you will be made personally liable for that loan. So I hope this has been helpful on what happens to a bounce back loan if you can't pay it back. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. If you'd like a chat, get in touch with me. It's important when your business is starting to struggle that you take professional advice early. So thanks for everyone that's been watching this morning. I wish you all the best. Chris Worden, bye.